Well, this part of the video may not come out real well because I'm just holding my phone with my hand because I went off and forgot my GoPro camera. But today we're on the way to the hay supplier to get some hay. I've got some hay in the barn already that was left over from last year, but it's still good hay. I'm still going to use it. I just need to make sure I've got enough to get me through this year. I've already been over to his place a few weeks ago, checked out the hay that he has available. He's got some hay I think is going to work pretty well for me. So today I'm going to go over there, get that loaded up. Might take a couple of loads or maybe a load on my gooseneck trailer and then come back with a smaller trailer and get the rest of it. That's what's on the agenda for today. Moving hay. Here she. Oh, thank you. Here comes the Savior. Thank you.
And why are you literally just why is the camera on? Literally why are they gonna watch you later drink Gatorade?
Yeah, I don't know.
They didn't have any blue ones, so we bought you a yellow.
Yeah, that's okay. I like the yellow ones too. If I didn't know better, I would think somebody's adding hay to this wagon. There's one particular bale I'm looking for. Let you know when I find it.
Faster we go, the faster we get home.
That's right. So, and I need to get up and get busy. Okay.
You gotta put
Back up the ladder. There it is. There is the bale I've been looking for. That is the best looking bale all day.
We did a lot of hard work.
Yep.
I could go
Easy.
super
No,
fast.
don't go fast.
I could go super fast. Go.
Good job. Well, this is actually the next morning, and I had something that happened yesterday that I didn't get videoed because I was just trying to get the hay unloaded. But I wanted to show you all what happened. Maybe this is something like this happens to you, it'll give you a clue of how to resolve it. As I was unloading hay, the elevator got to where when I would turn it on, the motor, which is right there, would just hum and it wouldn't really do anything. And yes, I know there should be guards on all this, but there's not. If I put my foot on this pulley and gave it a good swift kick, the motor would take off and everything would run until the next time I shut it off. Then I'd have to do it again. And what that is a indication that, if I can get the angle right, underneath this cover on the motor is a capacitor. It's the start capacitor for this motor. It needs that in order to have a boost and be able to get started. So I really suspected that capacitor was bad. And when I took it apart, this is what I found. Let me get where the light's right. This is the capacitor that was on there. And as you can see, the terminals on the top have just rusted away. They've corroded. This capacitor is shot. Luckily, I had another capacitor. You can't hardly read this, but it gives you the microfarad rating of the capacitor. Now, the capacitor that I had was not the same size. It's a little bit smaller, but hey, it's what I had. I hoped it would work. So let me show you what I had to do to get that on there. Just under this cover, lose those screws. Now if I can get it out. So I did have to cut the ends off and put some new ends on the wires and just plug that capacitor back in there. This is a smaller one. I think this one is, let's see, that's up to a 227 microfarad, whereas this one, well, I think it's just up to a 289, best I can read it. So this worked. So by just putting that new capacitor on there, and luckily I happen to have one laying around here. I think it's one I had bought to put on the air conditioner at the house. But it did get me out of a pinch and got my elevator going again. So if you ever have that problem where you've got a motor, you can tell it's got that cover on it for a capacitor. Some of them have two of them. They have a start capacitor and a run capacitor. If it won't start up, you're having to kind of boost it and give it a little kick to get it started. You probably don't need to buy a whole new motor. You can go buy a capacitor for it and take care of that, and it's a lot cheaper and actually easier to swap out than buying a whole new motor. So that's just a little tip to keep in mind when you're using things like these electric elevators, or really anything with electric motor on it, your feed augers or things like that. A lot of times you don't need a whole motor. All you need is a new capacitor, and they're pretty cheap. I want to show you a little improvement that I think I've done that may help you out. I know it helps me out a bunch because I end up doing a lot of this stuff by myself. I have installed a switch on the elevator so I can turn it off and on right here. I don't have to plug it in, unplug it. I don't have to leave it running. That lets me turn the elevator off and on as I need to from down here. If your motor's strong enough and your bales are light enough, as you probably saw in the video, I could actually load this elevator up so it's completely full, and then when I went up in the loft I could run them off and unload them, because there's another switch. These are three-way switches, so there's another switch at the other end of the elevator, so I can turn it off and on at the bottom while I'm loading it. I can go to the top and turn it off and on as I'm unloading it. That saves a lot of trips up and down that ladder. I really like these ratchets. Got a nice hook on them. These are for 3/8 rope. They work pretty good for tying down hay and stuff like that. Make it easy. I don't get my ropes all knotted up. When it comes time to put them up, I just hook them on something, pull these until they're even. If you're as old as me and remember putting up tobacco canvas, I do it up the same way. Just grab it, make a loop, put this end back through the loop to make another loop, and pull it tight. Then you just reach through your loop, grab the tail, pull it through. You can do it, once you get going, you can do it pretty quick, and it'll all come out in a nice neat braid that you don't have to worry about getting tangled up. And now, what was about a 50-foot rope is about 7 or 8 feet. It doesn't get tangled. Well, I think that's going to be it for this video. I appreciate you watching. Appreciate if you do the like and subscribe and share and notification bell and all that kind of stuff. I'm not one of these people that gets paid to do these videos. I just kind of like doing them. Hopefully somebody get some stuff out of it, and appreciate the comments and things that I get, and I always try to answer those as best I can. So just leave a comment down below if you would like to, and as always, I appreciate you. See you on the next video.